So my name's Willow and I'm 21 years old and I am from Penzance in Cornwall. Before the apprenticeship, I was working as a hairdresser in my local town, and I also did graphic design and illustration online as like my own sort of business to sort of be an in-between job. Yeah, it was my first proper job. When I was doing my graphic design for myself, I'd done a Facebook course with them on how to do a business social media, and I really enjoyed my experience with them. And so when they were advertising apprenticeships, they were like an immediate go towards. A lot of the graphic design jobs that I wanted to do required me to have some kind of basic understanding of marketing. Or any other jobs that I wanted to do, you had to have a lot of professional qualifications or years and years in the industry, and after coming out of college I just simply didn't have that yet. So doing an apprenticeship was like a quite easy and nice way to slowly get into the industry, like to get my first foot in the door really. And it's a very sort of like step-by-step process where there's no pressure on you that you have to be amazing straight away. Like your employer knows that you don't necessarily know everything, and they will allow you to like have a little bit at a time. They won't just throw you in at the deep end. You'll just slowly have more and more responsibilities as the time goes on. I hadn't really thought about doing an apprenticeship. I thought I would just go straight into graphic design. But after like looking for jobs after college, I just found that there wasn't really a straightforward way to go into it, and I was sort of stuck in a position where I didn't know what to do next. But because I'd had a good experience with DPN, I decided to go towards them. And actually, Cherish, who was my manager for the first half of my apprenticeship, she reached out to me after I'd gone on the course before, and I'd spoken to them a little bit about doing apprenticeships and the kind of future job aspects they had, and so it was just a match really. Ideally at the moment, alongside doing the marketing, I'm kind of progressing my own business that I had beforehand, doing graphic design, and doing the apprenticeship has allowed me to have like a steady income and also learn at the same time. With like a lot of courses you obviously can't learn whilst you do them. This was like a really great balance of both of them, being able to earn whilst learning. So ideally, once I finish with the apprenticeship, I'll carry on with my own graphic design work and my illustrations, and I'll use the marketing that I've learned to help me market that. Yeah, absolutely. I think in any job that I do, really being able to understand marketing, whether I'm not necessarily in a marketing role in that job, I think just being able to like suggest things that people could perhaps do. And I think having an apprenticeship and marketing on a CV as well is really beneficial, because it means that your employer may allow you to have like a promotion or to have like more than one job in that company. And as well with my own business, it will help massively. Before the apprenticeship, I found that I was very shy and I lacked a lot of confidence, but whilst I've been doing it, they've slowly kind of introduced me step by step into more like outgoing job roles. So there's been times where there was a Facebook course and I was the only person who attended, and at first I was like, if you'd told me like a year ago that I would have done that, I would have been like, big nope, I wouldn't have done it. But because they just slowly took me to events with them and introduced me to people, it really built up my confidence quickly, and also being able to communicate with the other apprentices as well really helped that. I definitely 100% do it. At first it wasn't what I had planned to do, and I was worried that because I'd done normal GCSEs and then college and then an apprenticeship, I was worried that apprenticeships were only for people who were just finishing school and instead of doing college, and I was worried that having those extra educational years and not going straight to uni would perhaps set me back a little bit compared to people like of my age. But actually in most of the scenarios it's put me much further forwards, because I haven't just learnt from a book or something. I've been doing real life, like face-to-face work, and you get a lot more experience from doing that. And especially with the current situation as well, like there's not a better time to start doing marketing. I think the area that I enjoyed the most was social media marketing, and especially sort of planning the trends that are most popular at the moment. So watching what other companies that are similar to you are doing, and I think social media as well is so easy to start a trend essentially and to create the content for it. So yeah, I think I definitely look more into social media marketing. It's definitely the part that I enjoy the most.